after an event the two organized at Microsoft's campus in Redmond, Washington. Microsoft said in a statement on Friday that it has ended the employment of some individuals in accordance with internal policy without detail.
Global oil prices are falling after a strike by Israel over the weekend. Prices for crude oil spiked globally on October 2nd, with Iran firing at least 200 missiles into Israel, part of a series of rapidly escalating attacks between Israel and Iran and its allies that threatened to push the Middle East closer to a war. U.S. crude fell below $70 per barrel on Monday. Iran is the world's 7th largest oil producer, but a bigger conflict in the Middle East could have an impact for some of the world's largest energy producers in the region.
It's another beautiful day here in Marietta.
The fall weather's upon us.
Landon is here with the current conditions of what's going on outside. What's going on right now, Landon?
Well, right now we're approaching what's probably going to be the warmest day, not only of the week, but of October. After a bit of a cool down this past weekend, it feels like 72 outside with an expected high of 79. Pretty high with sunny conditions. Moderate level UV indexed at 4. That's a good level. Good air quality and a low pollen count of 0.5. And the good air quality means that it's going to not have very much winds of any today, not going to blow in any particular direction at just 1 mile per hour. Humidity is roughly 77%. The sun rose at about 7:50 this morning, and the sun should be setting close to 6:30 later on this evening. Now, it looks like the sunset and sunset times have stabilized, although that's not going to be for much longer because this coming weekend is when we have daylight savings time and we'll fall back. As we get on through more of the rest of the week, we'll have a bit of a warm up in the middle of it before October ends and we get a bit of a cool down for the weekend ahead. But what will that mean? Well, we'll tell you about it during the 5-day forecast later on in the program. Until then, back to you guys at the desk.
McDonald's announced Sunday that their beloved Quarter Pounders will again be on its menu at hundreds of its restaurants after testing ruled out beef patties as the source of the outbreak of E. coli poisoning. One person has died from the outbreak and at least 75 others across 13 states have gotten sick from it. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration continues to believe that slivered onions from a single supplier are the likely source of contamination, McDonald's said in a statement.
With the election coming up, there is still a lot of litigation surrounding the election. The Republican Party says it is involved with 130 cases with officials claiming they want to make sure the election workers follow the law. However, some say this could sow doubts of next week's election. Among the bigger matters being litigated mail-in ballot rules, electro certification procedures, and the purging of voter rolls. Later on the news, we will be talking about some current battles with the election, including Pennsylvania. The two presidential candidates are part of Monday in the battleground states. Vice President Kamala Harris campaigned in Michigan, while former President Donald Trump was in Georgia.
Elon Musk is being sued.
And long-lost dime found?
Stay with us.
At Marietta College, teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Ohio Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
The GOP is asking the Supreme Court to get involved in an election case in Pennsylvania. The RNC wants the justices to block the ruling that permits provisional votes when problems with mail-in ballots arise specifically with naked ballot issues. A naked ballot is where a ballot is not properly put into a specific envelope if the appeal status tens of thousands would be affected when it comes to the Keystone State. The RNC asked if there would be a decision by the end of the week.
According to the CDC, more than 600,000 people in the U.S. will have a stroke for the first time. However, there are more guidelines to help lower the risk of a stroke. This marks the first time in a decade that the American Stroke Association has updated its guidelines on stroke prevention. In the past, there was regular exercise and following a healthy diet. But for the first time, the guideline states that popular weight loss and diabetes drugs can decrease the risk of stroke in people with diabetes and a high risk of heart disease.
A rare dime whose location has been a mystery since the 1970s has been sold for over $500,000. The coin was minted in 1975 by the U.S. San Francisco Mint and shows Franklin D. Roosevelt. There are only 2 of its kind minted with a specific S. Auction house's Great Collection says the coin sold for $506,000 in an online auction that closed Sunday. 3 sisters from Ohio inherited the dime after the death of their brother, who had the dime in a bank vault for more than 40 years.
The Philadelphia District Attorney is suing Elon Musk over his $1 million sweepstakes. DA Larry Krasner filed the suit Monday, calling it an illegal lottery scheme that violates the state lottery and consumer protection laws. Krasner says Pennsylvania requires that all lotteries be conducted by the state and that the guidelines are not being met. Musk and his PAC are offering a daily $1 million to registered voters in swing states who sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendment. Some of the states including Arizona, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, among a few others. The Justice Department warned Musk about his sweepstakes. Despite the warning, the sweepstakes has continued.
Kylie Causel interviewed Abby Scott on the details of last week's homecoming festivities.
It sure was another great homecoming for the Pioneers.
And what does Mother Nature have in store for us? We'll have the look at our 5-day forecast after the break. Stay with us.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. Our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
Kylie Causel interviewed homecoming candidate Abby Scott, who represented the media and communication departments. Let's see what she had to say about our 2024 homecoming week.
Hi, I'm Kylie Causel, and today I'm here with Abby Scott, who's going to give us a little bit of a rundown of what happened for our homecoming week last week. Abby?
So I ran for the communication department as well as for student media. So Monday we had Munchies on the Mall. For Tuesday we had trivia, so a lot of questions related to the college, related to the city and town itself. I do know that Sunday we had bingo, which there was a lot of people there. Wednesday we hung our banners and put our pumpkins back in the room where we've got them at. It was very fun finding a place to put your banner. There's 26 of us who ran. Thursday we had bags and barbecue, so we did cornhole and mingled with a lot of alumni. Friday, there wasn't really anything we did. I know WCMO, we had our dedication where Renee Gallagher as well as her husband Dan came. We kind of christened the place as well as talked about our memories here. Saturday was the day of homecoming, our homecoming football game, and our guys won, thankfully. So 47-7. It was a good game. I can tell you that.
Very good game.
It was a very good game. I always enjoy seeing, especially the Jalen and Eric play. And then that was about it. Saturday was the last day, and then Sunday I slept in.
A week well spent. And this was our senior homecoming, so next homecoming we will be alumni, so that's a little sad but exciting. Well, I'm Kylie Kozel. Thank you so much for watching with WCMO 15 TV News. Thank you.
It's now time for a look at Hollywood, and the 10th anniversary celebration of the John Wick franchise has fans ready to hit the theaters.
Also, Jonathan Majors is back on the big screen, and the director of Dune 2 gets the official thumbs up.
Here's Evie with the Hollywood Minute.
Hi everyone, the original John Wick is headed back to theaters. The Keanu Reeves action flick that's spawned four other movies and a TV series so far returns to cinemas for its 10th anniversary. The Baba Yaga hits the big screen again on November 3rd and Wednesday, November 6th. Info at fathomevents.com. The Jonathan Majors bodybuilding movie magazine Dreams is heading to theaters. Disney dropped the film in Majors' legal woes. Now, Briarcliff Entertainment says it'll distribute the film early next year. Last December, a jury found Majors guilty of assault and harassment and his former girlfriend. Majors had pleaded not guilty to the charges. The director of Dune Part 2 is getting a Big Apple honor. Denis Villeneuve is set to receive the Gotham Director Tribute for the film at the 34th Annual Gotham Awards ceremony on December 2nd. The announcement calls Villeneuve a visionary who has redefined the genre for modern audiences. That's all I have from Hollywood for today. I'm Evie Gravlin. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Evie. We can all agree fall is one of the prettiest seasons.
Yes, all the colors make for some beautiful scenes. But for how much longer?
Well, Landon is here with us for the details. Landon, what can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of this week?
Well, Morgan, we can expect, after a rather crisp and cool Halloween weekend, we can expect a rather noticeable spike in warmness. We can also expect very little, if any, precipitation. Unless you're living in Wyoming here, they're dealing with a bit of snow, or you're living near the Great Lakes, specifically Lake Michigan, towards the southern Canadian border. They're dealing with a bit of a spout of rain right now. But if we zoom in closer to our regional map, you can see, other than Pennsylvania, a little bit east of Pittsburgh, we have rather dry conditions. Things are cool and clear. Now, as we move ahead to our 5-day forecasts, as I said, we hit a noticeable spike in warmness with sunny conditions, an expected high of 78. Rather large for this time of year, getting even larger on Thursday on actual Halloween day with an expected high of 80. We begin the weekend and the month of November with a bit of a cool down with sunny conditions, but a drop to an expected high of 60. Tapering off on Saturday with an expected high of 62 and some cloudy conditions. And then for daylight savings time on Sunday, we get another noticeable warm spike, not quite as drastic as this past one, but with an expected high of 70 and some cloudy conditions, all for us to fall back. So this past weekend, the citizens of Marietta had a wonderful time trick-or-treating. They didn't have any major rain or sleet or anything to damper that. And for the rest of the week, it looks like a lot of the other surrounding neighborhoods of the Mid-Ohio Valley who still have yet to go on their trick-or-treating romps will not be impeded much at all as well. We'll talk as we get towards the end of the week on actual Halloween day for our next show. We'll talk about how that will affect the weather going into the month of November. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Landon. When we come back, Andrew has the latest with Nittany Lion football and more.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
$700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
And now we're back with Andrew Shasinski for a look at sports.
What's been happening in the world of sports?
I give you the rundown now. Penn State's starting quarterback, Drew Aller, is not guaranteed to play this weekend as the third-ranked Nittany Lions host number 4 Ohio State on Saturday. Aller suffered an apparent left knee injury late in the first half of Penn State's 28-13 victory over Wisconsin last weekend. Aller has completed 117 of his 164 passing attempts for 1,640 yards, with 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. This year, and has not missed a game since becoming the starting quarterback for the Nittany Lions since the 2023 season. In NFL news, Jaden Daniels' Hail Mary touchdown pass to Noah Brown gave the Washington Commanders an 18-15 victory over the Chicago Bears on Sunday. His pass was one of the most memorable created one of the most memorable finishes to an NFL game in recent history. Daniels, playing through a rib injury, threw the ball from the Washington 35-yard line into a pile of players down the field and ended up tipping into the hands of Noah Brown for the touchdown, who was there at the right place at the right time. In local news, the Marietta College men's football team got a win with Connor Verstra throwing 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers as Marietta College soundly defeated Baldwin Wallace University 47-7 on Saturday afternoon as homecoming took place at Don Drum Stadium. The Pioneers improved to 7-0 on the season and 6-0 in the Ohio Athletic Conference with 7 wins to start the season. This is the first time the Pioneers have done so in program history. Baldwin Wallace falls to 4-3 overall, 3-3 in the OAC. Verstra completed 24 of 36 passes for 363 yards and 4 touchdowns. He claimed his 4th Marietta College career record of the season with passing Jason Vrabel for passing attempts with 932. Previously, Verstra set career records for touchdown passes, passing yards, and passing completions. His record numbers now stand at 73 passing touchdowns, 7,584 passing yards, and 596 passing completions. Marietta hosts Wilmington College next Saturday, November 2nd, for Senior Day as the newly appointed number 25 team in the nation gets set for kickoff at 1:30 p.m. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm Andrew Shasinski. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Andrew. And back with us at the desk is Landon for a last look at the forecast.
Well, a quick recap for the rest of the week after a bit of a cool down this past weekend. The middle of the week, today, tomorrow, and actual Halloween day on Thursday, we experience a rather noticeable spike in warmness with temperatures ranging from 78 to 80, particularly noticeable on actual Halloween night on Thursday, before November begins, as well as the weekend on Friday with a drastic cool down of temperatures in the lower 60s, before we fall back on Sunday with a spike back up to 70. So even though the children of Marietta have already had their Halloween festivities with trick-or-treating this past weekend, actual Halloween day is not till Thursday, as I just said, so there's still a chance for a lot of us and a lot of you out there to do things to celebrate this time of year if you so choose. Well, what are you guys planning on doing this Halloween?
I plan on going to practice.
Oh, what sort of practice? What are you practicing?
I'm a rower.
Ooh. What about you?
I'm going out of town on the weekend, but I do plan dressing up for the ride.
All right. What are you going to be?
That's a great question. I'm still working it out. I have 2 costumes planned. One of them I'm planning to be Shawn Michaels, and the other one I have a classic, just Freddy Krueger costume.
Ooh. All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Landon. That's all the time we have for today. From all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting, thanks again for joining us. You can catch us Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 and 6:30 during most weeks of the semester, or you can search for WCMO.television on your YouTube.com. See you next time, and we hope you have a nice day.